Back with it. This is Trey, Smartest Guy in My Head podcast, Workhorse Media Group, D Block. The second segment. If you get confused on A Block, B Block, it's just the number of segments that you get it. This is the B Block. This is the second segment of episode 2. And if you didn't catch the A Block, it was just about me breaking down the myth of the old Boston Celtics in '08. If that's your thing, go watch it. But decide for yourself. But on this block, I want to be more diverse as a whole in the podcast. I don't want to just bring you sports opinions. I'm more than a sports opinion. I can go news. I want to tell you what I think about what's going on in the world. That's what I went to school for. I just like to do it on my time. And I also, back in the day, tried to start up a movie review channel. Kind of didn't work, but I'm back at it now. So this segment is going to be movie/TV show review. If that's your kind of thing, stick around. If not, stick around. Anyway, just keep watching. But this review is going to be slightly different than what I would normally do. See, first I would try to catch a show or a movie that had just come out, so I can get my opinion out before the majority of people have seen it. But on this one, and this one alone, I'm going to review something that's been out in anticipation of the new season coming out in 2021. This is what I watched. Now, I know this may ruffle a little bit of feathers, but what I'm going to review today is All-American, the football show on the CW. Plenty of people watch it. But that's not the ruffling part. The ruffling part is that I don't think the show is good at all. I mean, I watched season 1 on Netflix, just flipping through Netflix, finding something to watch. And me and my wife sat down and decided to watch it. And we both decided that this show is trash. Awful. But we also decided that we gotta finish watching the season to see what happens. It's kind of a guilty pleasure watch. Same with season 2. But I have so many issues with season 2. It's not, that's why, that's the crux of this. This is the inspiration of this movie review, this TV review, is season 2 of All-American. But before I get into trashing the show, I would like to tell you what I liked. Now, if you see me looking down, I got my notes here, so just disregard. But starting off, the first thing I liked about it is Daniel Ezra, Spencer James. He's the character that plays Spencer James. He does a great job. He's a really good actor. And in season 1, when we watched it, my wife is really good at picking up on this kind of stuff. This is kind of weird. But as soon as we watched it and she heard him speak his lines, she was like, he's not American. He ain't from here. So sure enough, we Googled it and he is British. I wouldn't have known. He has his accent well. He actually sounds like he's from Crenshaw or Compton or whatever. He has that down pat. He's good. He lets it slip a little bit, but I mean, you doing that the whole time, it's gonna come out. But he's really good at it. He's a really good actor. Also, Kamara Westbrook, who plays Grace James, his mom, is also a really good actor. She, to me, is the only woman on the show that gets a chance to act like a character instead of a set of lines and emotions. She has a character. She plays her part well. What she says matters. She has opinions, and her thoughts and her lines affect what happens on the show. And she's a good actor. She's good at it. Also, Breezy. Coop. I don't know why Coop catches so much flack. Like, I like Coop. Not so much Breezy as an actor. I mean, he's hit or miss. But the character of Coop is really good. Everybody else is kind of scared to hurt Spencer's feelings, I believe. But Coop shoots it straight. I like Coop. People get on sad Coop face, but that's another story. Coop is a really good character. It's one of the best characters on the show. Now, that's about it. Those are the 3 things I like about the show. Now, I have a laundry list of stuff I hate about the show, but I keep watching. Why do I keep watching the show? I have a laundry list of things that I hate about the show, but I don't have enough time to go through them all. So before I get to what I don't like, here's some quick hits. Okay, thing number 1, quick hit. I don't like anybody else's acting. Nobody else. If I didn't name, well, okay, hold on. I like Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs is solid. This ain't the role for him, but Taye Diggs is a solid actor. Chad Coleman, who plays Spencer's dad. He's also a good actor. I like him. Jaden Hill, who plays Spencer's little brother. Like him. It's pretty good. If I didn't name you before or right then, you are terrible. You got the role, so you're not a terrible actor, but on the show, it's pretty bad. Nobody else can act. Nobody. Everybody else is just as stiff. These are quick hits. I'm sorry. That's 1. 2, Spencer, he ain't got to be in everything. I understand he's the main character, but my God, Spencer is the one that's taking Olivia to the prom or whatever it is that she don't have a date for. Spencer, he got mad that the group was going to do something at the Crenshaw High School to keep them from doing whatever they're going to do, like tearing down the school or whatever. He was mad that he couldn't be a part of that. And he had to go play a football game. I mean, dude, it's like 9 other people in the spot. They can handle it. It doesn't have to be because of you. You don't have to be the center of everything, writers. You don't have to make... He comes off as a little prick for being mad about something. He don't even go to school there. But 2, 3, the women are all, with the exception of Grace James, the women are written so poorly. They are all, like I said, a set of lines and emotion. They all think the world revolves around them, and they shatter when it doesn't go their way. And they always have the face when they figure out why it didn't go their way, and they're always so sorry. It's written really poorly for the women. I'm sorry. 4, the racism message in there is very poorly executed. Now, I'm all for it because it needs to be out. We need to see this. But the scene where the clique goes into the ice cream shop or whatever, and the lady is basically like, we don't serve your kind, boy. That's not what she said. But she might as well said it. It was so heavy-handed. And there's a much easier way to do what you were trying to do and not slap us in the face with it. Hopefully I can get to it. Next, because I'm losing count. The football scenes are terrible. This is a football show. The football scenes are god-awful. Do better. Next. And this is the big one. There was absolutely, positively, no reason to bring fake Tupac back. Demetrius Shipp, that's his name, but I'm gonna call him fake Tupac. I don't even know. Tyrone, fake Tupac. He didn't have a single impact on the show at all. It was so unnecessary. You may say, oh wait, he either shot Spencer or got Spencer shot. But the fallout from that is that Spencer's arm and his shoulder doesn't work right. There's some nerve damage in there. But you know what we could have done instead of getting Spencer shot? He plays football. He could have just fallen awkwardly on his shoulder, taken a hard hit. There, you have the same storyline without him getting shot and without Demetrius Shipp, fake Tupac, being involved. He also got Preach sent to jail. Who cares? Nobody care about Preach. He ain't a main character. He pops up in like 4 episodes. That's it. The only thing he did was save Coop one time and then be mean to her the rest of the time. Nobody cares about that. And then, spoiler alert. This thing's been out. Ain't no spoiler. But anyway, he dies. He gets shot. But do you know who kills him? The mother of the boy in the first season who got killed. So it's not even a main, his being out didn't affect the main character, and his death didn't affect the main character. The mama was in like 2 episodes. Who cares that she went to jail? It don't matter. It doesn't affect the main character. So why did we even get him out of jail? It was unnecessary. So, with all that being said, there's a lot that I didn't like, but those are quick hits. But now, let's get into the main thing that I hated about this show. The main thing that I hate about this show is the writing. The writing is so bad. It's so bad. One of the main parts is bad is the execution of what happens with Jordan. So, season 1, at the end, the twins, Jordan and Olivia, found out that their dad had an affair, right? Okay, so season 2 opens with Jordan acting out. He's running the streets. He is bringing girls in and out the house, having unprotected sex, all that good stuff. So towards the middle of the season, he kind of straightens up. He gets right. But one of the girls he was messing with comes up to him and tells him that she's pregnant. Okay, good. Good, TV show. You're showing your demographic that there's consequences for your actions. Except no, you're not, really. Because going through the show, it eventually comes out that she's actually not pregnant by Jordan. So what message is that sending? Just go wild out and you'll probably be fine. Like, you'll probably be fine. It's okay to wild out sometimes. What kind of message is that? But then, do you know what you do? You get even more unrealistic. And you have Jordan opt to stay with the girl that lied to him about being pregnant with his child. She admitted she was just trying to get a free ride. And you think Jordan's gonna be okay with this and stay? No high school kid of Jordan's status would ever opt to stay in with that girl. He just got a reprieve. He got a get out of jail free card and just went, that's not realistic. It doesn't make him look like a hero either. It makes Jordan look like a simp for taking care of a baby that's not his. She tried to trap you. That's no good. That's dumb. Nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Also, what happens in this terrible writers of All American? Do you actually know that you're writing the show? That's a real question. Do you know what happens at the end, or are you just writing episode to episode? I know you're not doing that because you're not filming episode to episode. It just feels like you're right. Like, take this for example. Taye Diggs. First of all, Coach Taye Diggs is a very poor casting choice. Whoever did that dropped the ball. Because Taye Diggs is not a football coach. Every time he tries to get stern and get loud with his team, I just think about Malibu's Most Wanted. You know, he had to act hard and, that ain't him. But Taye Diggs, his willingness to play this role and the way he plays the role is also a big ball drop. Because I don't know if it's him, I don't know if it's the director, but it doesn't come off as a football coach. It comes off as Taye Diggs trying to be a football coach. He don't have to play it that way. There's a clip of Deshaun Watson, the quarterback of the Houston Texans, and it's got millions of views, and it's just him at the podium answering a question about why he didn't throw a ball this way, and he was, talking about the coverage and how the safeties moved down. Like, Taye Diggs can do that. He can just be the smart coach. That's interesting. If you like football, hearing people talk about football, that's pretty cool. Taye Diggs can do that instead of trying to be the rah-rah guy that he is absolutely not. But that's a different issue. My main issue with this is that, Billy Baker, Taye Diggs, covers up for one of his players that's using steroids. Okay, I can buy that. I think a coach would do that for one of his really good players, especially if his player is going through something like Asher was. Okay. Then the AD finds out. So naturally, the AD should probably fire the coach. Even if he likes the coach, he should probably fire that coach. But the thing is, writers, you try to make the AD seem like a bad guy. That's what's supposed to happen. It's illegal. You can't cover up for a kid taking drugs. You gotta get fired. Pile on top of that, the fact that they brought in another coach in the middle of the season anyway, because Billy was falling out of favor with the school, with the brass, with the boosters. They wanted him out anyway. It's a way to fire him. And I asked if you know what's going on in your own show, because at the end of the show, you knew that you were going to want to make Billy the head coach of Crenshaw. So why not just fire him in Beverly Hills? It makes sense. Instead of trying to give Billy this big heroic moment of quitting, this unrealistic moment of quitting, and then shoehorning him in the last scene of the last episode into Crenshaw. That's a poor choice. You could write, he doesn't have to be the bad guy. And check this out. This is where you could have worked your little racism angle in, and it made a lot of sense, and it wasn't heavy-handed. You could have said that Billy Baker was only just the only black face for Beverly Hills, and he was out there as just the token black guy coaching. Because on one hand, he came, from a rough bringing up. He was from Crenshaw. He's a black guy. So you can say, we got a black dude. We giving opportunities. But Billy Baker was an NFL player, and he retired, so he has some kind of status, and it makes sense that you hire him as a coach. But on the offhand, he's married to a white woman. He has money. He lives in Beverly Hills. So you can kind of play the card that it might be acceptable to hire this kind of black man because he's got a white woman. He must be trying to fit in with us. So it's cool. So there's multiple layered angles of this racism, prejudice, whatever you want to call it, angle that you can play outside of trying to play it like life. And this is white only pies. This is white only ice cream. You can't sit here, boy. So that's pretty much it on all of it. I can go all day, but season 2 is coming out 2021. I'm looking forward to it. Not really. To make fun of more things. It's gonna have more bad acting. It's gonna have more heavy-handed messaging. This is the hand, and this is gonna be season 3 with that. But I have more content. Sure enough. But that's it. Smartest Guy in My Head podcast. That's it. Like, share, subscribe. This is the Workhorse Media Group. I have it everywhere. You know it by now. Engage with me. Comment. Subscribe is the big thing. If you subscribe, you give me some kind of notoriety. Not really. Not really. But it makes my subscriber count look good. It makes me look good. It makes me feel good. And if enough people subscribe, I can do like giveaways and stuff. Like help me help you. But until then, I'll see you soon.